The first time I saw Don Vittorio's books, I almost choked on my espresso. Not because something was wrong, but because they were too perfect. Every number lined up. Every expense had a purpose. It was cleaner than any corporate budget I had seen. And I used to work at a top accounting firm. My economics degree? Useless here. This wasn't theory. This was street finance. Mafia economics. They found me at Antonio's Trattoria. On the outside, it was a small Italian restaurant. Families ate spaghetti there. Tourists took pictures of the old Italian decor. But behind the kitchen, it was something else. It was a front, a money laundering machine, a place where lasagna and lies were cooked side by side. One night, Antonio called me into the back. He handed me a brown envelope and said, "You're smart. Want to make real money?" Inside was $5,000 in cash and a notebook full of numbers that didn't match. That's how I joined the family, not by blood, by balance sheets. My job? Make $200,000 in drug money every week look like it came from pasta. And we did it, every single day. We ran 3 sets of books, one for the IRS. It looked clean, enough profit to avoid suspicion. One for the family, the real numbers, and one more. We called it the escape plan. Hidden, coded. Only I knew where it was. The trick wasn't just to hide the money, it was to make it believable. You can't suddenly show huge profits in a tiny restaurant. That screams fraud, so we used ratios. For every $100 in actual sales, we mixed in $20 of dirty cash. Small amounts spread out across meals and days. It was slow, but safe. But construction, that was even easier. Ever tried counting bags of cement after a job is done? Neither did the inspectors. We claimed we used 200 bags when we only used 100. The rest? Bought in cash, mixed in with fake invoices. Boom, clean money. When COVID came, things got even crazier. Businesses were shutting down. People were scared. But we saw opportunity. We applied for government help, PPP loans. We said we had 50 employees. Truth was, we had maybe 7. The rest? Fake names, fake addresses. But the checks were real. The government paid us to keep ghost workers on payroll. I still remember the day we cashed the first loan, $180,000 for a business that didn't need saving. We laughed. I told Don Vittorio, "They're paying us to lie." He just smiled and said, "America's generous." But the real secret, the genius part, was something called vertical integration. I learned that in school. Big companies like Amazon use it to control every part of their business. We did the same. We owned the bakery that made our bread, the trucking company that delivered flour, the linen service that cleaned our tablecloths. Every dollar passed through 5 businesses. Each one skimmed a little, cleaned a little, hid a little. Who could tell if the bakery was really selling flour or cocaine? Even better, all our businesses made it harder to trace anything. If one company got caught, the others looked clean. If a truck got stopped, we had paperwork. Real deliveries, real invoices. All fake, yet legal looking. I handled the math, the records, the lies. It was addicting. More than the money, it was the game, outsmarting banks, outsmarting auditors, outsmarting the government. I felt like I was playing chess, and I was always 2 moves ahead. But nothing lasts forever. One morning I got a call, quiet voice, said the FBI was asking questions about our bakery. Said someone snitched. Said I should start thinking about a vacation. That same day, I packed a bag. Took only cash. No phone, no laptop, just me and a passport. I didn't tell anyone, not even my girlfriend. I walked away from everything. The money, the power, the danger, and the lies. Last I heard, Antonio's Trattoria got a Michelin star. Can you believe that? A front for drug money now has one of the top food awards in the world. The reviewer said the meatballs were life-changing. Yeah, no kidding. They never mentioned the secret ingredient, financial fraud. So what did I learn? Business school won't teach you what I learned in the back of that restaurant. How to think like a criminal but operate like a CEO. How to use real systems for fake profits. How to take something illegal and wrap it in just enough truth. I don't regret leaving, but sometimes when I walk past an Italian place and I smell the garlic and hear the jazz in the background, I wonder if there's a kid in the back, staring at perfect books, and slowly realizing he's not working in a restaurant. He's working in an empire.